Welcome to today's episode of the DDC podcast. I'm your host, Daniela Del Carpio, and I'm so happy to have you join me on this journey of unlocking your true potential. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss another episode of this podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about commitment, why we like commitment, how this is affecting our goals, and hopefully I can give you 3 things that can help you stay committed to your goals. So let's jump straight into it. So why do we lack commitment? When I was thinking about doing this episode, I had too many ideas in my mind. I think there are many different reasons why we lack commitment, but obviously if I talk about every single one, this is going to be a 2 hours podcast and we don't want that. So I think the 3 main reasons that stood out to me were, number 1, fear of failure. We fear of not meeting expectations. We fear of feeling disappointed about ourselves or maybe disappointing someone else. We fear of the unknown, which I think is a major thing. I think we are too scared and too afraid to do something because in our minds, we have this idea or we think we know what's going to happen. We have this picture in our head about the future. And obviously, as we know, we cannot predict the future, but our mind does, without us wanting to do that, which is often something that can truly stop us and hold us back from committing to that thing that we really want to achieve. The second reason why I believe we lack commitment is because we have unrealistic expectations. We often set very big goals for ourselves, which it's amazing if you want to achieve those goals, but at the same time, sometimes we don't give ourselves a good time frame, a good time space to reach those goals. We expect to reach that goal by next week, by next month, or even next year, which in reality that can take up to, let's say, 10 years. Obviously, the time it's something we cannot predict. But if you want something done overnight and you don't meet that, the first thing you do, you don't commit. Why? Because you think to yourself, why am I even wasting my time doing this if this is not working? I think we're so impatient because we're so used to getting everything done so quick, especially now with technology. It's easier to just type something on Google, you find the answer straight away. So we expect the same with our results. And the last reason why I think we lack commitment is because we lack motivation. And motivation is something that often comes and goes. We never know when it's going to be there. I think at the beginning of you starting with your journey, whether it's your fitness journey or anything new that you're doing, maybe you want to run your own business. Anything that's new, I think it's always exciting. You have that motivation because it's fresh, it's new. But as time goes on, that motivation, that excitement fades away. So it's easier to get discouraged and it's easier to stop doing what you're doing. And obviously, these 3 points can really affect our goals because if we fear that we're going to fail, if we set unrealistic goals, so have unrealistic expectations, if we lack that motivation, then it's going to be almost impossible for us to reach that goal because we're going to have every single excuse, every single thing in the world to stop committing and to just not try to do that thing that we really want to do. We procrastinate, we delay taking action because we think that we can get it done later. We say, yeah, I'll get started tomorrow. Yeah, I'll get started next week. Or let's just wait for Monday. Monday, it's a fresh week. That's going to be a good time for me to get started. And then next week comes and that never happens. And that procrastination, it's not because you're lazy. It's not because you don't want to do that thing. It's because you are afraid of doing that thing. Think about something that you've been wanting to achieve for a very long time now. It can be fitness related, or it can be business, it can be something else. Why haven't you done that thing? Why do you think you don't want to get started? Is it because you're lazy or you feel lazy? Or is it mainly because you're scared you're going to fail? Is it mainly because you feel you're going to disappoint other people, maybe your family, your partner, or the people around you? Why do we have this fear if we haven't even tried that thing? This is also really affecting your goals because you can miss out on so many different opportunities. If you don't try something, if you don't start with something, how do you know what's going to happen? Scariest thing is that you will always be wondering, what if? What if I got started last year? What if I got started a few months ago? What if I got started last week? Where would I be right now? Which can be a very challenging and upsetting thing to think about because this will only play games with your mind and this will only make you overthink even more. Or maybe we do start that thing that we want, but it's easier to give up. It's easier to give up because we are not getting the results that we want. So if we're not meeting those expectations, we're gonna think we're not doing a great job. We're gonna think this is not for me. We're gonna compare ourselves to other people, look on social media, look on your TikTok, Instagram, and think to yourself, this person is doing a better job than me. Why am I even wasting my time doing this if I know people out there are better than me? And again, is that fear of failure, and I think also fear of thinking that someone else is better than you. And that it's mainly to do with confidence in how you feel and think about yourself. So what things can we do to help us stay more committed to our goals? I think the three main things that can help you, will hopefully help you to stay more committed. Number one thing, and I think the most, or like the bigger tip I can give you, is to have some goals, have some clear goals, not just any goals, and set some realistic expectations. Because if you come to me and you tell me, Dani, I want to lose 10 kgs by next week, that is very unrealistic. How do you think you're going to lose 10 kgs in just 1 week? Or how do you think you're going to gain muscle mass in just 1 week? That's impossible. Even if you do the work for 7 days, 24/7, every single day, that's just not going to happen. That's not how your body works. So you need to make sure that whatever you have in mind, it's something realistic, it's something measurable, so you can measure and track your progress, and it's something that you can do on a daily basis to help you reach that goal. If you don't have clarity and you're not clear on what you want to achieve, if you don't have a clear sense of direction, it's easier to give up. So for example, let's say your goal is to lose 20 kgs in the next year. So you have 12 months to achieve this goal. So now this is going to be your big goal. Now you want to break it down into smaller goals. So the first goal will be to reach out for help. Get a professional, talk to someone that knows or has more knowledge than you so they can help you be on track with everything and help you with your programs. The second goal will be to stick to your programs and make sure you're following this every single day. The next goal will be adding something to your routine to help you create those habits. So see how I'm breaking down everything into smaller goals to help you reach that one goal. I'm sure you've heard this quote that is 1% better every day, which at the end of the day, at the end of the year, it's going to make that 100%, because we want to be that 100%, but it's going to take time to get there. We cannot go from 0 to 100. It's from 0 to 1, and then to 2, and then 3, 4, 5, and so on until we get and reach 100. And something else that can help you with setting your goals, track your progress and take note of your progress, because how do you know you are making those things happen? How do you know you are achieving your baby goals if you're not tracking your progress? If we are talking about fitness, one of the best ways to track your progress, in my opinion, it's obviously to take pictures. Take pictures every single week, take pictures every single month to help you see what's going on, to help you stay accountable, and to celebrate those wins, celebrate those achievements that you are doing on a daily, weekly basis. This is something I do with my clients. We do weekly check-ins because this is an amazing way for me and for them to be accountable, and also to see how much their body is progressing, how much they're changing. The second thing that can help you to stay more committed to your goals is to develop consistent habits and a routine that will help you stay committed. So this is something I truly encourage you to do, because this will help you with your everyday task, with your week, and pretty much with your life. It's honestly just having a schedule. It can be on your computer, on your phone, or if you're someone who likes to write it down on pen and paper, so you know exactly what things you need to get done every single day and at what time. So how much time you give to that task to complete, so you know, okay, from this time to this time, I need to finish, let's say, prepping my meals, and then I need to go to the gym. So having that routine and those times on your calendar, it's going to be easier for you to follow everything and ensure you're getting everything done, not just on a daily basis, but mainly on a weekly basis. So what I do personally, I have Google Calendars. This is what I use every single day. And when I do my tasks, I do them as weekly tasks, because it's easier for me to get those things done at the same time every single week or every single day. If I have time, different times all the time, if I have a different schedule every week, it's just gonna mess up with my routine. And then I'm someone who likes routine, and it's just not gonna work for me. It's gonna be easier for me to give up, spend more time on my phone, doing things that are not gonna help me reach my goal, which is why setting those times, specific times, same times every week, it's gonna make things easier for you. And obviously the main thing will be that you have to ensure you stick to your routine. Because what's the point of having a calendar? What's the point of setting those times if you're not going to follow it? If that's the case, don't even waste your time doing a schedule, because again, that's just a waste of time. And this is something you can do for your workouts. So if you set those times and days for the week, this is going to help you to stay on track. So you know that every single week at the same day, same times, this is your time to go to the gym. This is your time to prep your meals. This is your time to do your work. This is your time to spend time with your family. Put your phone down and spend time with your family. This will honestly make a huge difference on your day-to-day life. And the last tip I have for you is to create a supportive environment. So by this, I don't just mean the people around you. I don't just mean, your friends, your family, your work, and things like that, but mainly the resources that you are using and the resources that you have. So what exactly do I mean by resources? I mean things like the music that you're listening to, the books that you're reading or you're listening to, the podcast that you're listening or maybe you're not listening. All those things can really play a huge role to take you maybe one step closer or one step back to your goal. Why? Because if we're constantly doing things that are helping us reach that goal, it's going to be easier to stay on track. It's going to be easier to be on that direction of reaching that specific goal that we want. And gaining all that knowledge will help in the long term. So just to recap, the 3 most common reasons why we struggle to commit, in my opinion. Number 1, because we fear we're going to fail. Number 2, we set and have unrealistic expectations. And number 3, we lack motivation. And the 3 things you can do to help you stay more committed to your goals is to set some clear and specific goals. The second thing you can do is to develop consistent habits and a routine. So you can use a calendar to help you create this routine. And the last thing is to create a supportive environment. I hope you found this helpful. If you like this episode, make sure to share this on your social media, on your Instagram. Take a screenshot and tag me at Daniela del Carpio. Until next time, and just a quick reminder, don't ever stop believing in yourself. Ciao.